Hi, gorgeous humans. I'm here to talk about why are there so many coaches on the internet right now? And the reason is because we are going through a massive shift of eras. And many of us got the call, or we just started a little bit ahead of time so that we can kind of spearhead this change and help pull people through to the other side. So basically, there is a great awakening on earth. And what does that mean? That means that a lot of people are waking up to the fact that politics is all a big lie, and that the media is all a big lie, and that the banks are all a big lie. And as people wake up to the fact that they've been placing the authority in something that is fraudulent and something that doesn't actually have their best interest in mind, this can cause a lot of destabilization internally because they will be forced to look within for their guidance. Because if the thing that they thought was keeping them safe, or the thing that they were taking their cues from, the thing that they trusted to analyze or to support or to protect, is a fraud or is even malicious, this will be very stabilizing. So many of us, it may be you, or maybe you're just clicking on this because you're like, why the hell is my Facebook feed full of coaches? Well, the reason is because the collective consciousness itself, when there's an idea that needs to be born, it comes like knocking on the doors of whoever's willing to listen. So many of us have been on this healing journey, and this healing journey is going to happen to everyone who stays alive on earth, because there's literally more clarity in the collective consciousness. So right now it feels really chaotic. I'm saying there's more light, and you're like, no, I see more darkness. What's actually happening is that we have turned on the lights, and now we can see what has always been there. But when we were in the dark, these malicious things were able to just operate in the dark and masquerade as light. But now that we've really flipped the lights on, we can see everything clearly. So it looks like more darkness, but it's really just we've turned the lights on, and now as a species, it's time for us to organize and to clean up the mess. So this is going to feel chaotic for a lot of people. And so for those of us who are now in coaching positions, this just means that we already went through that we've been going through this for the last few years. And so we're more stabilized now as the rest of the world is falling apart. And we're available to pull people through the portal. And what is this portal? The portal is into a new time where, okay, so imagine that you dump your purse out and it's full of crap. There's crumbs, there's sand, there's old receipts, there's maybe some gum stuck in there and some hard candy that's like been opened, a cough drop, I don't know. So you dump your purse out. Does this mean that your purse is getting dirtier? No, your purse is actually getting cleaner, but at first you have to look at all the dirt. So there is more light on the planet. Many of us have heard the call ahead of time so that we could go through our own process, dump out our own purse, look at our own shit, and we're stabilized now as the rest of the world is beginning to fall apart. And what I mean by fall apart is that these corrupt systems, it's just becoming way too obvious for any mature adult to keep wanting to put their faith and their trust in these systems, that now it's just extremely obvious they don't have their best interest in mind. So that's why there's so many coaches, because we're going through a huge shift in eras. And we're all going to go through this a healing process, or many people will also choose to leave the planet. I mean, when I say choose, I mean their soul will choose. And yeah, they may be exiting. But before we have more cleanliness, we have some seemingly disorder, but this is just a reordering. All the ingredients were always there, and now we're just going to organize them into their proper places.